The Hutton Settlement cornerstone is sealed on June 28, 1919. These black and white photographs show us the ceremony as it happens. 100 years later, free and accepted Masons of Washington performed their cornerstone ritual on campus again.
I pour this wine as a symbol of joy and gladness.
It's fun to know the Hutton Settlement history because it helps us understand how we can get to this place in our story, not just on campus, but up in the Coeur d'Alene Mountains, and the place that Mr. and Mrs. Hutton call home. The Hutton's house in Wallace, Idaho still stands. The Hutton family visits every year. Here, many notable people of the day come to call, including President Theodore Roosevelt in 1903.
Okay, hold on, there we go, right there. Nice.
Not far away is the now abandoned Hercules Mine near Burke, Idaho. This is where the Huttons work their spare hours for a future that is our present. One piece of Mr. Hutton's life as a railroad engineer survives on campus today. The only sentimental piece he ever keeps, the bell from the locomotive he drives in Wallace, Idaho.
I'm wearing this conductor hat because Levi Hutton was a conductor once, and I thought maybe I could wear this hat since he was a conductor. And that bell, we have a bell over at Hutton Settlement that we ring every year, and that was Levi Hutton's train bell that he had on his train.
Every year since Mr. Hutton's passing, his settlement family visits the gravesite at Fairmont Memorial Park, where Mr. and Mrs. Hutton are buried. We leave roses of remembrance on a stone left unfinished, in the Masonic tradition of unfinished work.
I don't think better people to be a model of facing hardship and making decisions in their lives than May and Levi Hutton. Today we celebrate an unbelievable legacy that they left, that we're continuing to live on.
To make history for the next century, Hutton Board ladies commissioned a sculpture to honor our namesake at the Centennial of his settlement. Spokane artist Vincent D. Felice uses old-world methods and modern tools to create a piece that will likely be here beyond 2119.
Just with pinches of clay, I'm adding and subtracting and working on parts and pieces of him. Maybe one is a little too stern, and so, then I'm working in a bit of a smirk or a smile. And this all makes it look so simple, but it's really not. It's a culmination of scores and scores of hours just to even get it to this point.
A scenic half-day drive south of Spokane, you'll find the community of Joseph, Oregon, population 1,000, named for Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce people. When the timber industry collapses in the 1980s, Joseph reinvents itself as a foundry town. There are 3 here today. The Hutton sculpture is cast at Valley Bronze. Here, the Hutton sculpture is cast in manageable parts, then assembled to make a whole. While most visitors will notice the human figures, you'll also want to notice the bench.
This particular bench, no other like it in the world exists. I spent a great deal of time and design taking all sorts of elements from beautiful benches, combining them together, mainly with keeping in mind the lines and the textures and the feeling that Mr. Hutton invoked into his architecture and the campus, down to the ends of the bench, which are almost like musical instruments, like the end of a violin. There's a woven waffle pattern on the sides with a monogram seal. And just the scale of it and everything, it just really helps set the tone for some of the other invisible things that I can't say within the figures, but that can help set the tone for the broader piece.
She'll be a little more.
Mr. Hutton is back on campus to celebrate the centennial of his settlement. We honor him and the many others who help us reach 100 years. The Hutton Settlement buildings are on the National Register of Historic Places. In the administration building rests a book with nearly 2,000 names. Mine is added here in 2018. Now you know the story of the Hutton Settlement, the place I call home.